Sadly, this morning I woke up to yet another YouTube subscriber tell me that his Amazon account had been suspended, all because he was dropshipping. I see 4 or 5 of these every single week. I mean, if you look at the Amazon's terms of service, it's very clear. Dropshipping is not allowed, at least the way the gurus are teaching it. You can't dropship from Walmart or Home Depot, and don't get me started on eBay or trying to dropship crap from China. Those are horrible, horrible ideas. Now, I think dropshipping has been a bit oversold by the gurus. So I'm going to go through that and tell you why you're going to get suspended. And it is going to happen. I once had a guru, it seemed like he was bragging, telling me his account had been suspended 15 freaking times. And my initial thought is, why are you getting suspended so damn often? And how long can this even last? Because when you're getting suspended that often, it's just not going to last forever. So dropshipping seems like this phenomenal business model. You know exactly how much money you're going to profit from the start. You know how much you're buying that product for on Walmart.com, and you know how much you're selling it for on Amazon and how much Amazon will be taking in fees. That is phenomenal. Also, low risk because you don't have to put out money until you already have gotten a sale. And it seems like it's low capital intensive. It seems like it. Because you could start with just 1 or 2 products. It means you put out $20 to start your business. But that's about where the glory stuff ends. Well, let's start with how it seems like it doesn't take a lot of capital. It doesn't until you realize how terrible the margins are for most drop shippers. Yeah, I hear a lot of drop shippers making 10, maybe 15% margins. That means if they make $100,000 in sales in 1 month, they make 10 to 15 grand in profit. And that is the max. I don't ever hear anybody who makes higher than that. For my private label business, I make about 40% profit on that 100,000 in sales. Now, but it gets worse because many dropshippers have lower margins, 7%, all the way down to some who have 0 margins except for the cash back. I've heard this strategy many times, where they literally are only relying on the 2% cash back from their credit card, and that is their only margin that they have. Now, why would the margins be so crappy? Well, simply put, the least amount of effort you have to put in, the more competition there is. And many people just have the same exact software that is going out to Walmart and scanning that website, and Home Depot and scanning that website. And since software can do it and everybody has the same software, it's nigh impossible to really get a great margins on these products because there's just too much competition. There's no way to do any innovation or product development like we can do over in the private label space. So you get this insane amount of competition as well as the low margins. But assuming those weren't issues, there's other reasons you should not dropship on Amazon. The biggest one being suspensions. It is guaranteed to happen to you if you dropship. There are 2 types of suspensions you're going to see as a new Amazon seller. And the first one you're probably going to get before you even sell a first product. See, Amazon's out there to protect themselves from all the fake product that could be sold on their platform. So when they see you as a new seller listing a bunch of products from brands that you don't own, that's going to put off a red light, and they're going to stop you and give you what's called an inauthentic product suspension. It's not them saying you've done anything wrong, but it's them saying, we need to protect ourselves. What you're doing looks a little suspicious. So could you please send us invoices for the products you just listed so we can see that they're from authentic sources? Not too big a deal if you actually purchase products from legit sources, but you didn't. You're planning on dropshipping, and you can't tell Amazon that because dropshipping is not allowed on their platform. So you're in a really bad spot. And unless you have a way to get past this type of suspension, you might not sell a single product on Amazon. Now, there are experienced dropshippers who get around this stuff a lot more frequently than I could, because I don't know how to deal with this. And the reality is they might do it, but unless you know what you're going to tell Amazon when you get hit with the suspension, you are dead. So let's just assume you figure out how to get past that first type of suspension. I'm happy for you. What do we do with the next ones? Because the next suspension types are out of your control. See, Amazon has the highest level of customer service in the online industry, period. They almost never cancel orders. Okay, stuff shows up late, but it doesn't show up late often. And so when you're buying stuff from these other retailers and drop shipping them, they don't have those same standards. So orders do get canceled. I personally experienced it. Orders do show up late way more often. And so Amazon has very strict metrics about what is allowed for these shipping errors, and you are going to surpass them undoubtedly at some point. That's why this guy had been suspended for 15 times. Okay, you are allowed to cancel up to 2.5% of your orders before they are shipped. So what's going to happen is a customer buys something from you, and you realize, oh wait, that is now sold out on Walmart.com because 1,000 other people saw that with the same software and they tried to drop ship it also. So you can't buy it. But now you just committed 5 orders to customers from Amazon for that product. So what do you do for those 5 orders? Either you buy them from somewhere else and you lose money, or you take the hit, and 5 orders, which almost definitely is going to put you over 2.5% unless you're selling a lot, you had to cancel. It's done. You are allowed to ship up to 4% of your products late. My experience, the minimum with places like Walmart.com, over 4% of products do not ship on time, period. So you're just setting yourself up to inevitably get suspended sooner or later. And while it does seem, yes, you can get unsuspended quite a few times from these kind of suspensions, there's plenty of other people who don't have that experience and just lose their account and their ability to make money with any of these other Amazon income techniques, like private label or wholesale, where they're actually sustainable business models. They're going to last for the next 10 years. So I do really think you should be rethinking your drop shipping stuff, especially if you have no way to get past that inauthentic product complaint, which you are inevitably going to get. It's going to happen to almost every one of you. Dropship, it seems like a lot of work, but if you pay someone enough money, they'll actually build this all for you, and they'll completely passively build this business up to usually the $100,000 a month mark, which at dropshipping margins is between 7 and 15K a month in profit. It's absolutely nothing to laugh about. And they'll do it by taking their software, which finds all these deals that they can dropship, as well as their team of virtual assistants, and they'll simply move those resources from their account to yours. I see a lot of student testimonials, people making great money doing this. The problem is, we know from last video, a guy exposing this Brian guy, how easily those can be faked. So we're left to rely on one thing to determine if this could be legitimate, and that is logic. Okay, the people offering these are there to make money. They're not on YouTube just to help everybody out. Even I want to make money on YouTube. There are other benefits. You're going to make a ton of friends, make a lot of good friends and business partners. But okay, they're there to make money. Let's not screw around here. So they've got to make more money selling stuff on your account than they would on yours. I talked to a guy 1.5 years ago who, I haven't talked to him since, charged $18,000 as a one-time payment to do this for your account, as well as you must have 20K in working capital to make this happen, because it takes a lot of capital to churn and burn this machine. Well, $18,000. From my math, that is at most 2 months of profit of what you're going to make in profit. So why wouldn't they just take these merchandise and in 2 months make just as much money on their accounts as they would doing it on your account? Think about this stuff a year out. Say they make you 10K a month for a year. That means that they could have made 100K on their account, but they only made 18K from your one-time payment. It doesn't make any sense at all. And I don't see any mention of all of these suspensions and none of these sales pages. Even the guy who was selling this for 18K was the guy who got suspended 15 times. I didn't see any mention of that anywhere on his Facebook page or on his sales page. How are we going to deal with this? Who is going to deal with this? What happens? How do I get a new account if I need it? There's no mention of it ever. And so I'm in a place where I can't see how these possibly ever could be legitimate. It logically makes zero sense. Now I do have one thing one thing that does make a good argument towards having more accounts. Because on Amazon, usually these products you're drop shipping, they're being sold by a lot of different people. Say you're selling Tide detergent, there might be 6 people selling that product. Well, Amazon is going to go through every 15 minutes and determine who gets the buy box for that product. Meaning, and the buy box is the button that you click that says add to cart. So whoever has the buy box gets all the sales. So all these 6 sellers are sharing the buy box. And if they all have the same price, in theory, they're all getting 1/6 of the time getting the buy box. So that means they get 1/6 of the purchases. Well, let's just say tomorrow you put 100 new accounts that are all yours under this product. Well, now instead of getting 1/6 of the buy box, you're getting like 95% of the purchases for that product. So that is the one argument that could be made for having more accounts. But then at the same time, why wouldn't they just go ahead and spend a few $100, get themselves a new LLC, a new bank account, as well as, if they're doing it the black hat method, a new IP address, which is not that hard, and they simply can get their own Amazon account and do the same thing and expand over there. And they also minimize their risk because you don't have to deal with customers. You know how it can be how shitty it can be sometimes to have to deal with certain customers that are really demanding. And when you take $18,000 from somebody, you better deliver the world to them. And I just don't expect that's happening. So if you have any action, even if you comment below, I won't trust what you say about these automation services because there's so much faking stuff going on out there. I have to know you personally, of which sadly I've only gotten to meet a few of you. And unless you're in Los Angeles, it probably is not going to happen anytime soon, guys. But thank you for watching the video. If you want to learn more about how I'm even making money on Amazon, go check out these 2 videos right here. Thanks for being here.